I've recorded over 100 artists, and during that time I could learn a lot about what type of beats artists usually use and what mistakes you can avoid so that artists actually pick your beat over a random YouTube type beat. So after sitting behind the mic for over 100 sessions, one thing became crystal clear. The beat either makes the artist shine or it kills them before they even open their mouth. So in this video I'm breaking down the 5 mistakes I avoid making on my beats. Mistakes that have completely changed how I cook up and what makes a beat actually good. So let's hop right into it. So I've seen this happen over and over again. When the artist listens to a beat, he almost always uses the one that has either the nicest sounding melody or the bounciest hard-hitting drums. Let's take this melody for a second. By itself, it's just a simple dark melody. Nothing special. But now, let's add some drums. Let's be honest, the artist would probably skip this beat. But now, let's change up the drums for something more weird and unique. Now this is already way more interesting and hard-hitting. Now I've shown this beat to a few artists and all of them instantly got inspired once the drums came in. But it doesn't need to be only the drums. Sometimes a nice sounding full melody can also inspire an artist to hop on the beat. Just be a bit more creative when cooking up and you will see that artists will start noticing your beats way more. Now this is nice, but without the next tip, no matter how creative you are, your beat will always sound bad. So I used to think that if my beats doesn't hit, it's just because I need to work on my mix, but I was so wrong. So let's take a look at this beat for example.
Inspector.
The 808s are very hard, distorted and dirty, but this beat is hard. Most of the time your mix has nothing to do with how good or hard-hitting your beat is. It all comes down to picking the right sounds first. Sound selection is the foundation. Mixing is just fine-tuning. Let me show you how a different sound selection can completely transform your beat from bad to good.
5 Key, what you cooking?
And suddenly the beat hits way harder. Now, once your sound selection and mix is on point, you will never take your music career to the next level if you don't stop making the next mistake. I know, in my last video I said keep it simple. And I mean it. A simple but clean beat is the foundation. But here's what nobody told me. Once you start producing a song, simplicity isn't key anymore. A part most producers don't tell you is that arranging an actual song is completely different from arranging a beat. Listeners need to be engaged, so in the final song you need to tweak the beat and make some arrangements here and there more often than not. So start adding drum fills, sudden beat cuts or rhythm changes. Everything you can do to elevate the final song. It can be as small as adding a simple snare roll before a drop, or as big as adding an entire vocal or synth lead in the intro or outro of the song. Those details are what separates a good track from a great one. The listener can almost always tell when you've put intention and details in the final song or not. Let me show you what I mean based on a full song I actually produced. Now here's the simple beat I sent to the artist. And now here's the final song that came out.
Oh, this game man's way too strong. It's Anne, so many people got proven wrong. 500 beat, look at mix that song. Long way to go, no king like Kong. Fuck this game man's way too strong.
So as you can see, I tweaked the arrangement a bit and I completely retransformed the drop, for example. As you can see right here, I took out the drums and just left a simple snare roll. And even at the end, I modified the beat itself by adding a nice synth lead like so. Everything I could do to elevate the beat and make it less boring. And now the next mistake cost me many opportunities and I didn't even know it was a mistake. The beat is more important than the actual vocal on most trap and hip hop songs. A great vocal on a weak beat makes the entire song feel strange and incomplete. The artist's vocals are good, the idea is solid, but something feels off. You can feel it, even if you can't name it. That's actually the beat not holding up its side of the deal. So let me show you what I mean. So lately I've been working with a local artist. Video coming out soon. And the artist's vocals were there. The beat was done, but something felt strange. Something was missing. Take a listen.
Frozen, that's cold, ooh, my back. But I can feel what you feel like that. Desiring my bitch and craving my black. But ain't gonna happen, so ruede pa' allá. Quieren llegarme, ya lo sabemos.
Now, I asked for some advice and someone told me that I needed to work on the beat, add some details, make it more interesting. And so I did it. And now everything feels fuller and more complete. The beat wasn't finished and that alone held back the song. Now unfortunately I can't show you the final song because the video will drop soon, but I can show you the final beat. Your job as a producer isn't just to give the artist something he can rap or sing over. It's to give them a foundation so solid that their performance has no choice but to sound good. So if you're cooking up a beat, find a sweet spot between simple and enough space for the artist, but full and complete enough to not sound weak once he actually uses the beat. And this can be tricky sometimes, but not as tricky as the next mistake, which is holding you back way more than you might realize. Not every artist wants the same thing from a beat. Some artists are all about the drums. They need groove to be unique, bouncy and simple enough to write without overthinking it. If the drums don't hit right, they can't flow. Other artists live in a melody. They need something catchy, full and just nice to hear. A sound that pulls them in emotionally before they can even think about what to say. And the crazy thing is, a beat that's perfect for one artist will not be full enough for the other. Your attention to detail is reading who's in front of you and making beats for that artist. And that's why R&B beats focus so much on simple chord progression but nice ambient layers, while freestyle beats often have one main piano melody but bouncy drums. So here's the real takeaway after recording over 100 artists. The mix will not fix your beat. Your sound will. Make your beats interesting and unique. Choose your sounds right. Build creative arrangement when producing a song. Hold your standards high. And always know who you're making beats for. Because a great beat doesn't just give the artist something to perform over. It gives them permission to be their best self. Now, make sure you smash that like button if you learned something new, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos, and comment down below what mistakes you have been making all of the time. Now, thanks for watching and let's see each other in the next one. Bye.